Well, hello there. And it's that time again. It's time for the blog that truly blazes. As we blaze our way into your hearts.
This is the theme song.
There we go.
I knew you'd come up with something this week.
That's spontaneous. That's just
Pretty
right
good.
off the top of my head here on the 30th of July of 2010, 7/30/2010. Mm-hmm. We're doing our Blazing Tarot blog with my friend and associate Marissa Cohen.
Hi, nice to be back as always.
Yeah, Marissa's going to help us with the astrological aspects, and she's a reader and medium herself, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this reading. The first card is the last card of the previous week's reading. This card is the Devil. Now, this is a card that gets people excited. They think about Satan, they think about the devil and bad things and black magic and all this stuff. It really has not that much to do with that, okay? Basically, it has to do with Capricorn. Capricorn is very financially centered, it's very grounded, it's very practical, realistic, and tends to at times be a little bit ruthless. Yeah, the negative side of the card, we can get tied too much into the flesh and the things of the flesh, so we may have been having to watch against excessive materiality and getting obsessed with material things, but usually it's just a forward push to better ourselves for the future and to carefully organize our resources. What do you say about that?
Absolutely, and I think with the Devil, as we said, we're dealing with Capricorn, so there's always that, to me when I look at this card, it always reminds me of checking around us to make sure that we're not becoming obsessed or addicted to things or patterns or things that are outside ourselves, not hooking into things that really aren't going to serve us, and to notice where we feel free and where we don't feel free. And that's always how I read the Devil. As Bob said, less of a big, scary, demonic being, and a little more of the things that can drag you down and pull your soul down.
Yeah. Now we're coming into the energy more or less of the present, or what we're just coming into, and this is the Nine of Pentacles, or Nine of Discs, depending on which deck you read with. In the Crowley Thoth Tarot, it's entitled Gain, and it gets attributed to Venus in Virgo. Now, basically, this is the idea of accentuating our finances, accelerating our financial path, making more money, in plain English. So we're going to tend to be focused on expressing our creativity in very, very practical ways. Venus is planet of creativity. Virgo is sign of perfectionism, analysis, ruled by Mercury. So it's combining Mercury and Venus. It's expressing our creativity into the flesh through our finances, through our practical dealings, bringing our will out into the world.
I think what's interesting about this card on so many levels, first of all, this is one of my very favorite cards because it's material luck and material gain, and this woman has earned everything that she has through her own hands, and she's just enjoying the fruits of her labor. She's enjoying being in the garden with her bird, as you can see. And one of the other things I find interesting about this card is that, as we said, it's Venus energy, it's also Mercury energy. Venus is the energy of love, Mercury is the energy of the communicator. So that often brings in issues of writing, editing, communicating, and as does Virgo, because Virgo is the sign of the writer and the editor, the nitpicker, the fact checker. So to me, this says getting down to brass tacks, especially for people who are writers, who work with words or in advertising, anything like that. People really getting down to the nitty-gritty of what needs to be done and handled in a very direct, down-to-earth way. As you said, bringing, and I think that's a great way of saying it, bringing your the things that you love out into the world in very concrete, hardcore, tangible forms. Beautiful. And a big change, a nice big change from the Devil.
Yes, it is.
Very good.
And even a bigger changing up. Now, towards the end of the week, we're going to lean away from so much materiality, and we're going to be yearning for higher things. That's what this card always represents to me. The Eight of Cups is movement and change. It's Saturn in Pisces. It's also been called success abandoned in the traditional Golden Dawn Tarot meanings. But the idea is that you're moving beyond physical success. You're going more towards the things of the spirit. That's what this man is doing in the picture. There's nothing wrong with any of the 8 cups. None of them are leaking. Okay, nothing's tarnished. It's just he doesn't want it. He wants something better. He's going off up into the mountains. He's searching for his bliss. So it's taken it to a higher level. And I'm sure you have more things to say
Mm-hmm.
about Saturn and Pisces.
Oh, wow. Well, Saturn is the planet of restriction and time, and Pisces is the planet of dreams. So it makes perfect sense to me because his dreams have been restricted, and he's moving on. And this also works astrologically right now because we've just had a very, very big Saturn shift. We've gone from Saturn in Virgo to Saturn in Libra, which means that we're going to be focusing on areas of getting really, really clear around and lessons that have to do with partnerships, legalities, things like that, but which also comes into play with this because in astrology, with what's going on now and also with this card, we will not be able to do what we've been doing in our lives. The stars won't allow it, the cosmos won't allow it. In this summer, a lot of people with the Grand Cross and what have you have been shoved out of previous ways of living, the same way this man is. There's nothing wrong with it, but he just can't do it anymore. It's just not who he is, so he's moving on. And I think you're going to find a lot of people, it's so interesting how the tarot and the astrology, they sort of do start to mesh after a while because there's going to be a lot of people, and probably have been this summer, and probably will continue up until early September, people who are being shoved out of situations that aren't working and being forced to look into things that really will fulfill them, will fulfill their dreams, their Piscean dreams on a spiritual level. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your valuable input.
You're very welcome.
We do appreciate all of you folks watching us now. If they want to get a hold of you for some more input, Marissa, how do they do that?
You can email me at happyganeshreadings@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, which is happyganesh.net. You can either do happyganesh.com or happyganesh.net. Either one will put you right in. And there's a Twitter feed, and you can sign up for the blog, and I encourage you to do that if you're interested in reading more about astrology and mediumship and manifestation. And my manifestation class, as always, is every Thursday from 7:45 to 8:45 here at Modern Zen.
Outstanding. And you can reach me through my website, www.bobdecker.net. That also appears in the end credits, okay? And you get all my contact information from there. Well, listen, we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you're enjoying your hot summer. It has been, it's been hot.
Jeez.
Especially here in South Florida, 93 degrees every day recently. But
Ooh.
we hope you're enjoying it. We hope it's a blessing to you. If you're traveling, many safe travels to you. And till we meet you again, many
Many blessings.
many blessings. That's right.